Hello and welcome in to Race 2, Season 2 of the First Gear Racing IndyCar Series, live here on the First Gear Network. We got about 12 minutes of practice left before the guys are going to qualify. Just before we come on air, they said they were going to line up for a pit party, which is where they're going to go out and do a practice start, so that should be entertaining to watch as we see Jonathan Hambrick hit the inside wall and motor across the track. At the moment, Jason Haney's been the fastest car on track, followed by Josh O'Brien, Trevor Benz, Nate Fields, Jonathan Hambrick, Kendall Paul, Charles Braunstein, Mark Ouellette, Todd Smith, and Sheridan Wade, the top 10. We got a bunch of guys lining up here looking like they're getting ready for the pit party. And they are green. Drivers were complaining earlier about the cars being really tight, being very hard to turn. So as the tires wear out, and we have Trevor Benz, it looks like, tagged the wall there. I believe that's Trevor. We have Jonathan Hambrick upside down again. Just hanging out in turn number 1. We'll try to follow through some of the cars so you can get an idea of what they look like. That's Jason Haney's number 9. It's Nate Fields, number 57. That's Kendall Paul in the number 78. There's Charles Braunstein and his Gradient Logitech, number 98. There's Mark Ouellette, the only foreigner in the field from Canada. Todd Smith in his all-pink car. There's a look at Dakota Clellan in the number 09. In front of him is Tommy Thompson in the number 7. There's Corey Crandall and the number 35 car. There is James Malloy running a Michael Andretti Tribute Haviland car. There's a look at Trevor Benz in the 33. Saw Jonathan Hambrick upside down just a minute ago, and he's loose coming off of turn 4. He's going to loop it. Hang on to it. And he does. No damage. Just a trip through the grass in the infield. Take a look at Sheridan Wade's car. Reverse color of Nate Fields. Right on board with Tommy Thompson. Iowa's a small track, just around 3/4 of a mile. Accident in front of Tommy. I'm not sure who that is. May have been James Malloy. Tommy's going to take it into the pits. There's a look at the 24 car of Joshua O'Brien. Jeff Gordon inspired IndyCar. There's the 04 car of Bill Cawley, the second. Jump on board the nose camera with him. See how he's navigating the 4 turns of Iowa in the cornfields. While we ride on board with him, we'll take a look at the weather for tonight's race. Been told it's a lot cooler than last year's race. Was making for more grip, but some of the drivers are worried it's going to increase the tire wear. So we'll have to see how that shakes out and watch pit strategy. There's the weather on the left-hand side of your screen. 10-mile-an-hour wind. That's going to play havoc with the cars. 72-degree ambient temperature. 46% humidity. Cloudy evening as we go into a night. And 75-degree track temperature. Looks like Bill has just tagged the wall just a hair coming out of turn 4. That is a hard corner to navigate. There is a big bump on the higher side of the track in 1 and 2. Bill's tagged the wall again. It looks like he's going to slow it down. He's getting passed by a couple of cars now. Joseph Klein has entered the race in the number 14 Kyle Larson look-alike. See if there's anyone else we haven't looked at. We have 17 cars entered. Robbie Rushing is the last one that we've had entered. I'm not sure if he's made it in to turn a lap in practice yet. We've had 16 cars turn a lap out of the 17 entered so far. Qualifying now less than 5 minutes away. Oh, Jonathan Hambrick has hit the wall again. Not becoming very good friends with Iowa coming off of turn 4 for Jonathan Hambrick. So we'll take a look at Charles Braunstein. As we look at our gearbox camera. Charles tags the wall just a little bit. There's that big bump in turn one. It's going to play havoc with the drivers all evening if they try to run the high line. Some drivers do plan on trying to use that to help turn the car. It's going to damage the bottom floor too. We'll have to see how that works out for some of them as the race progresses on. Info for tonight's race there. There's a look at Iowa Speedway. Earlier I said it was 3/4 of a mile. It's actually 0.89, so just a little over 3/4 of a mile. So we got a half a minute left before qualifying starts. Drivers will have 10 minutes to put in a qualifying lap. They get 2 laps around the track. Qualifying is underway, and you just have watched Robbie Rushing in the number 1 HendrickCars.com car crash into the wall in turn 4. Meanwhile, James Malloy has turned the fastest lap at 17.55 seconds. Mark Ouellette is second with a 17.56. Corey Crandall has gone to the top of the charts with a 17.14. There we see Dakota Clellan. Dakota putting it third on the grid. Kendall Paul has gone to the top of the charts with a 17.08. We got Josh O'Brien on the track. Josh goes to second with a 17.09. Cars on the track currently. We have Bill Cawley. He's locking it up in turn 3. He's going to reset the pits and give this one another go. So of the cars that have qualified, we'll run through the field real quick. That's Kendall Paul on the pole right now with a 17.08. Josh O'Brien, he's second, 17.09. Corey Crandall third, 17.14. Charles Braunstein fourth, 17.29. Dakota Clellan, 17.33. James Malloy sixth. Mark Ouellette seventh. Robbie Rushing eighth. Got a few guys. We've got Trevor Benz coming out onto the track to make a bid. Trevor to P4, 17.22. He's going to try to put in a second lap, see if he can get a little higher. No, Trevor's loose out of turn 4. He loops it, just taps. Oh, he's on his roof. Trevor's sliding down the banking, still on his roof. The car's going to lay to a stop near the pit exit. Tough break for Trevor. He's still got P4. Nate Fields is now turning a lap. Nate's loose. He hangs on to it. He's going to skip through the grass. Nate put in a time good for 5th position, but he's not going to get it on his second lap. We have Joseph Klein has gone out to make a lap. Here he comes. Let's ride on board with Joseph. See how he's navigating this Iowa Speedway for his hot laps. Good 3 and 4 for Joseph. Up to P8, 17.41. And he's going to spin coming out of 4 as well. You're riding on board as he smacks the wall. Jason Haney is on lap 2. He went P3 on his first lap. Let's see if he can hang on to it. Pole for Jason Haney with the 17.00. Go to Sheridan Wade. Here he comes out of turn 4 for his second lap. P2 for Sheridan Wade. 13 cars have put a lap in. We have Todd Smith going to enter his bid. Todd running that high line coming out of turn 3 and 4. P8 first go around. See if he can improve on lap 2. He's loose as well. Slides. He tags the wall. He's going to bring it down to the apron, lock it down. There you go. That's going to end that for Todd. P8 is the best he's going to get out of it. 17.26. Here comes the man with the most flight time from practice. I think he was on his roof more than anybody else in the field. Jonathan Hambrick in the number 60 K-Love IndyCar. Let's see what he's got for us. And he's loosing around in turn 4 as well. He's going to tow back to pits. He'll try to get one more lap in. I believe he'll be able to. We're in the middle of the track in 1 and 2. See what he's got for us down here in 3 and 4. Much better this time. Right against that wall. P6. Crashed on his first lap. On his second lap, he ran 17.16. P6 for Jonathan Hambrick. Have 3 cars that have not turned a lap that are entered. The 04 of Bill Cawley, the 7 of Tommy Thompson, and the 51 of Joshua Osborne. And they are not going to turn a lap because qualifying is over. Jason Haney's on the pole. Sheridan Wade 2nd. Kendall Paul 3rd. Joshua O'Brien 4th. Corey Crandall 5th. Sees the top 12 for the starting grid. Jason Haney, Sheridan Wade, Kendall Paul, Joshua O'Brien 4th, Corey Crandall 5th, Jonathan Hambrick 6th, Trevor Benn 7th, Nate Fields 8th, Todd Smith 9th, Charles Braunstein 10th, Dakota Clellan 11th, Joseph Klein 12th. James Malloy 13th, Mark Ouellette 14th, Robbie Rushing 15th, Joshua Osborne 16th, Tommy Thompson 17th, and Bill Cawley 18th. And if you missed the starting grid, look at the top of the screen as the drivers scroll across, see where your favorites are running. We just got word from the pits. Jonathan Hambrick does not like his setup for this track. So we'll keep an extra eye on him during the race. Maybe might provide some action. Not necessarily positive action for him, but great for us up in here in the booth. I'd like to give a shout out to Ben Summerford. He wishes everyone good luck. Thank you, Ben. I'm sure they appreciate it. And last week's race winners checked in with us. He's not being able to be here tonight. Josh Peterson. Kyle Heath also checks in. Wants to wish everyone good luck. Thank you, Kyle. Lights are out on the pace car. Short lap around here means a short pace lap. We're going to be going green in just a moment. Oh, one more pace lap. One more pace lap. Looks like not all the drivers have lined up yet. Look at the field as they go by on this pace lap. See if the ticker resets at the top of the screen. There we go. It's back to 0. We are green here at Iowa Speedway. Race 2 of the first gear racing IndyCar series. Sheridan Wade pulling right up to the back of Jason Haney. Just off screen, Todd Smith is making moves. You can barely see him past 2 cars on the outside. Turn 1. Jason leads him across the line for lap number 1. Everyone's pretty much fanned out single file. Fuel run tonight should be between 64 to 66 laps. If we get a caution, the drivers believe they can extend that to another 6 or 7 laps. That'll definitely help make it a 2-stop race. If it stays mean, green, and clean, it's going to be a 3-stopper more than likely. Jason's pulled out a half a second lead over Nate Fields. There you can see Kendall Paul. He's closed up to the back of Sheridan Wade. But nowhere near challenging for a position yet. Take a look at Trevor Benz and Corey Crandall, followed by Nate Fields there. That's 6th, 7th, and 8th. Caution is out. We've had Josh Osborne and Jonathan Hamburger showing up on timing and scoring has crashed. So we will go to the replay and see what happened here. This is Josh Osborne we are looking at. Oh, just tagged the wall, hit it again and again. It just gets a piece of Hamburg who mows it into the outside wall. Goodness gracious. Looks like he collected another driver as well. Let's go to Jonathan Hambrick. We will ride on board with him. That was a hard hit. Went low trying to take avoidant action. Just got clipped. Oh. Collects 2 other cars. Looks like the 80 of Mark and the number 1 of Robbie. 4-car incident in turn 1. Let's put a stop to the action here. So we've got a few takers down pit road. Charles Braunstein, he got some damage in that. We see Robbie, Jonathan, and Mark. That car of Jonathan is tore up. And he has got his fast repair on. He is away. Joshua Osborne seems to be rolling again. And Mark Ouellette is on the pit road. We've had Bill Cawley going to take a trek down pit road here. He seems to be okay. Looks like no damage, so maybe he's going to put some fuel in to see if he can extend this run. So after that 4 or 5 car melee down there in turn number 1, we're going to take a look at field. Jason Haney still running in P1, started from pole. Sheridan Wade second. Kendall Paul third. Josh O'Brien fourth. Just the way they started this race. Todd Smith, biggest mover on the first couple of laps, picked up 4 positions. He's in that pink car. Trevor Benz picked up 1 position from the start. Corey Crandell losing 2 spots down in P7. Nate Fields in 8th. Dakota Clellan 9th. Joseph Klein 10th. James Malloy 11th. Tommy Thompson 12th. Robbie Rushing there in the number 1. Charles Braunstein has recovered from that incident. Jonathan Hambrick. Do apologize. We had a cat incident here in the commentating booth. I think everything's still up and running. Yes, it is. We are good. So Mark Ouellette is still in the pits. I'm not sure if he's out of the race or is just getting the damage fixed. So Bill Cawley has re-entered the pits again. And we are green. Jason Haney's taken off, followed by Sheridan Wade and Kendall Paul. Sheridan looking to make a bid for the first position here. See if he can challenge Jason as they go into turn number 1. Josh O'Brien is looking for 3rd position. He tried to make a move under Kendall Paul down in 3 and 4. Hard to pass here at Iowa. See if Josh can make it work on the outside. He cuts underneath Kendall. He's side by side going across the start-finish line. Can he carry the momentum through 1 and 2? Yes, he does. Move Josh O'Brien up to 3rd position. Todd Smith looking around the outside of Kendall Paul. He's going to pick up 4th. And that's Trevor Benz picking up 5th. Todd Smith looking on the outside of Josh. He's going to tag the wall just a little bit, but take the position. Todd Smith up to 3rd. Trevor's looking around Josh O'Brien as well. I think Josh may have just just brushed the wall. Will bend the front toe link, make these cars harder to turn. Jason Haney's pulled out to 0.8 of a second lead. Todd Smith putting that high line to work. He just tags the wall coming out of 4. He was making progress on Sheridan Wade, but that seems to have slowed him down just a little bit. Mark Ouellette has re-entered the track. Jonathan Hambrick has crashed and has jumped to the pits. Everybody seems pretty settled. We'll take a look and see what has got him. Oh, got the turn for a wall, takes it across the infield, smacks the pit wall. I believe that's going to be game over for Jonathan Hambrick. So we go back to live action. Yes, and we've just received word from the pits. Jonathan Hambrick is out of the race. He has called it quits. Jason Haney almost a 1 second lead over that man, Sheridan Wade. Running in P2. Todd Smith there in P3. So we've got a battle heating up for the 5th position. Kendall Paul motors to the inside of Trevor Benz, but they're side by side. Trevor using the outside momentum. Kendall Paul Trevor's loose. He's in the wall. Trevor's lost a bit of the front wing. I'm sure he's going to have right front damage as well. Let's see if Trevor can make it back to the pits. Struggling, fighting with that car. Tough break for Trevor. Running in P5. Got loose and tagged the wall, and he's going to miss the pit entrance by inches. Oh, tight pit entrance here at Iowa Speedway. We'll have to keep an eye out for that if we have green flag pit stops. Ben Summerford checks in and says Todd Smith bumps the wall too many more times. He'll get a meatball. Todd has been making love to that wall with his right front tire. Keep an eye on Todd. He's still holding steady in 3rd. Trevor has exited the pit lane, but it's going to cost him at least 2 laps. We'll get the time gaps up on the ticker for you, see how far back everyone's running. And we'll get our track map up as well. Field spread out pretty good. Corey Crandall's just ahead of Nate Fields there. 2 seconds back of that is Dakota Clellan. And 1 second back of him is James Malloy. And James tags the wall coming out of turn 4. A lot of drivers having a rough go of it. If you can stay out of that turn 4 wall, you might survive this race and come away with a good position the way it's looking. Some of these guys are just getting that turn for a wall. Trevor gets it again. This is not a battle for position. They are coming up quick on Dakota Cleland. Oh, tight racing there. Wonder if Dakota may have got the wall or his tires are struggling. He lost a ton of speed. Go back and check out Jason. He's encountered lap traffic. It's allowed Sheridan Wade to close up on him. Oh, tough spot to come out of the corner there with the car on the outside of you. Highline gives these guys good momentum. Makes it hard to pass on the inside. Sheridan's close right up to the gearbox. Jason Haney. But he's going to get held up with the car on the outside there. Sheridan Wade moves around. Todd Smith almost got in the back of the 51 car. There we go. Todd dives underneath, gets around him, but he slides, just brushes the wall, keeps on trucking. Battle for the lead. 0.7 of a second. Sheridan not giving up. He's not letting Jason get out of his sights. They are going to encounter some more lap traffic. And Bill Cawley has got the wall. There he is on the outside. Hang on to it there, Bill. Oh, no! Josh hit the inside wall. Oh, my goodness. Caution is out. Bill maybe should have waited before crossing across the track there. Definitely hurt the race of Josh O'Brien. I know he hit the inside wall. He's got to have some damage. I don't have it as an incident on my ticker to go back and get a replay here. And tough luck for Nate Fields. He entered the pits there. He was on the pit road for about 30 seconds, and Robbie Rushing has crashed. What is this? Cars are slowing up for the pace car. Robbie just spins and hits the inside wall. Goodness. He's lost his front nose, cone, and wing. Robbie's entered the pit lane now. Unbelievable. We've had some takers on pit road. Everybody but Dakota Cleland has pitted. So we'll go to the... Can't get to it fast enough. We're going to see the pit lane exit. There's been Jason Haney out for second. Sheridan Wade, Todd Smith, Josh O'Brien, Kendall Paul. They all come out how they entered, just minus Dakota Clellan, who stayed out. So lap 48, the drivers are pitting. So if my fuel numbers are correct, this should carry these guys that pitted here on lap 48 to lap 112 out of 200 laps. So we'll have a few cars taking the wave around here. Josh Osborne will get the wave around, as should Trevor Benz and Mark Ouellette. There they go. This will put Josh and Trevor one lap down. Dakota's going to take this restart with a buffer between he and Jason Haney. The 57 car of Nate Fields will be between he and Jason. Dakota, the only car besides Josh Osborne not to have pitted. We are back underway, just a little over a quarter of the way through the race. Dakota takes the green flag and pulls ahead. See how the strategy works out for Dakota. With the caution laps, he may be able to stretch it to lap 76, 80 maybe, if he's been saving fuel. I gotta think the guys on fresh tires are gonna close in. Todd Smith making a bid for second. He's going to look underneath Sheridan Wade and take it. Not yet, no. And there's a battle for the lead. Three two-way battle for third. Jason has taken the lead from Dakota. Sheridan Wade looking back underneath Todd Smith. Todd having a great run here in third position. Todd's going to move to the outside of Dakota. Dakota falling back fast. He's already fell from first to fifth. Now down to sixth. Almost 60 laps into a run on those tires. I'm sure they are wore out. Todd trying to tag that wall again. Take it easy. Nate Fields did manage to get around to get back on the lead lap. He's going to need a caution so he can get caught back up. But right now he is in the 12th position on the lead lap, making it back up the hard way. We do not have the lucky dog rule in IndyCar, so we don't get the free pass, but we do have the wave around if the leader pits and the lap cars stay out. Todd Smith is closed up to Jason Haney. Top 6 cars all within 3.5 seconds of each other. Todd has been closing up to the back bumper of Jason. See if he's going to make a bid for the lead here. Todd using the momentum of the high line. Jason preferring to run in the middle of the track. Just right on board with Todd Smith as he's trying to run down Jason Haney. Todd just brushed the wall there. Trying to run that middle line, but it's making him slide up. He gets the wall again. And Dakota Cleland is finally made it to pit road, lap 74. Green flag pit stop is going to cost him at least 2 laps. Oh, big crash. 51. We just saw it hit the pit wall. Yellow flag is out. Joshua Osborne hitting the inside pit walls. We were watching Dakota on the pit lane. Here we go. Gets that turn for a wall, overcorrects, undercorrects, overcorrects again with the apron, smashes the inside wall. And was that Jason he tagged? I'll have to go back and look. I think it was. Sorry for the rewind. Oh, yes, Jason did suffer damage. He's missing his front wing, but it came back on. High Racing being generous there. That's right on board. Jason goes into turn 3 and 4 here. Oh, just couldn't turn the wheel fast enough. Yep, and Jason was on pit road. He's gotten the repairs, but he has fallen from first position to 7th with that pit stop. Also pitting is Charles Braunstein, Joseph Klein, Tommy Thompson, and Josh O'Brien. Tough luck for Jason Haney there. And tough luck for Dakota Cleland. Pitting on lap 74. Caution 2 laps later. So Todd Smith is going to pick up the lead here. Sheridan Wade moves into 2nd. Kendall Paul 3rd. Corey Crandell 4th. James Malloy 5th. Nate Fields has caught a lucky break and got his lap back the hard way. Has moved up into the 6th position now. So we'll keep an eye on Jason on the restart, see if he can move up. Todd Smith picked up 8 positions from where he started. He and James Malloy are the highest movers from starting till now. Wind between 8 and 10 mile an hour. It was 10 mile an hour in practice. I'm wondering if that is playing a part in some of these turn 4 incidents we are seeing. Yep, up to 10 mile an hour, 11 mile an hour wind there as we take a live look at the weather. 12 mile an hour. 71 degree temperature, 48% humidity. It's cloudy outside, and a 73 degree track temp. When the lights are out on the pace car, that can only mean one thing. We are going back to green flag racing. See what this race restart looks like without Jason Haney leading. We'll keep an eye on him back there in the 7th position. 8th car in your picture. Good restart from Todd Smith. Pulls out about a 3 or 4 car length gap on Sheridan Wade. Oh, Todd! Just brushing the wall. Overcorrected a little bit coming out of turn 4, but he's going to try to hang on to it. Oh, not giving up the lead, Todd Smith. Takes the lead from Sheridan Wade, who passed him going into turn 1, but Todd charged hard on the outside. They don't call him Mr. High Side for nothing. We use that high lane in any track, any series, anywhere. We are 84 laps into this 200-lap race here at Iowa Speedway. Kendall Paul looking for 2nd. Wasn't close enough to make it stick on the bottom down there. Closes right up to the gearbox. Kendall Paul looking inside. Kendall Paul still trying to get a run on Sheridan Wade. Sheridan uses that high side momentum to pull away. This is the closest battle on the track right now. Battle for 2nd. Todd Smith has pulled out a 1.6 second gap to 2nd place. Sheridan has increased his gap by a 1/10 now over Kendall Paul. Oh, Kendall just got the wall there. And the caution is out. Charles Braunstein has crashed while we were watching the battle for 2nd. Go take a peek at this to see what happened. All drivers stacking up. Joseph Klein got back into the back of Charles Braunstein. Charles hangs on to it. Not yet, and spun it. Wonder why he jumped to pits. He didn't seem to have any damage to the car. Maybe he was showing a little courtesy to the other drivers. But nevertheless, the caution is out. Let's take a look at that one more time, because it looked like something in front of him was a reaction. We'll back up a little further. Take a look at Dakota. Dakota was trying to squeeze around Jason. Charles just caught the front of Joseph Klein. Tough break for all of those involved. Hard racing there. Go back to live pictures. We've got action on pit road. There's Sheridan Wade making a pit stop. Kendall Paul, Corey Crandall, Nate Fields, Joseph Klein, all on pit road. Sheridan Kendall out. There goes Nate Fields and Corey Crandall, James Malloy, and I believe that was Joseph Klein. Yes. Yes, it was. Josh O'Brien is exiting pit road right there, too. So lots of takers on pit road on lap 93. Looks like we've got a couple of different pit strategies breaking out here. Todd Smith last pitted on lap 48. Jason Haney and Tommy Thompson both last pitted on lap 76, along with Trevor Benz. Trevor will not get the wave around this time, though. Well, we'll look at some of the field since his pit stops are complete. There's Jason Haney in second. That is Dakota Cleland, but he is not for position. Dakota is 13th. Tommy Thompson has worked his way up to third. Tommy finished in third last week at California Speedway. Sheridan Wade there in fourth. He's going to have two lappers in front of him, to 33 and to 80. There's Kendall Paul, Nate Fields, Corey Crandall, James Malloy. Joseph Klein seems to have got that damage repaired from that wreck with Charles Braunstein. Josh O'Brien. And there is Trevor, the first car, one lap down. Lights are still on the pace car. We'll take a look at some of the other guys that are running behind. Bill Cawley, he's one lap down. There's Dakota, 2 laps down. After pitting under green, tough luck. There's Charles, he's back out. He is 3 laps down. Mark Ouellette, 13 laps down. Josh is called in tonight. Robbie Rushing and Jonathan Hamburg all called it an evening after incidents involving all of them. All separate incidents, but incidents nevertheless. There's how the pit strategy is shaking out. Follow that more closely as we get into a deeper run. But we are about to go back to green. Todd Smith's going to lead the field back. Pace car enters pit road. 96 laps complete. 97 across the stripe. Todd Smith gets a good jump on Jason. Tommy Thompson looking underneath Dakota. Caution again. James Malloy has crashed. I could hear it crunching. Go to the replay. Looks like we're going to follow him from... Let's see what happens. James, rear end just comes around on him. James gassed up. Doesn't hit anything, just spins. Gave everyone around him a scare. We'll see if this incident... I counted the same incident twice. Must be because he spun and then spun around. Maybe it's because he stopped. I'm not sure what iRacing was doing. Giving me a crash twice, but here we are. James recovers. Still on the lead lap in 10th position. So we'll see if the leaders decide to pit. Todd Smith last pitted on lap 48. He may be trying to stretch it to lap 112, but I think I would have to pit here. Seeing everybody else behind has pitted on lap 93. Jason was looking at the pits. No, because we saw Dakota try to stretch it on gas. And he had to make a green flag pit stop, then got trapped 2 laps down due to the caution. So I'm kind of questioning Todd's strategy here. As we complete 101 laps. I like the strategies that Jason and Tommy are on. If they can stretch this run, which they probably will with the cautions that we've had so far, Jason pitting at lap 76. If he can stretch that fuel to lap 140, that'll be a one stop. It'll be his last stop of the race. At the moment, it's looking like Todd's going to have to make 2 pit stops. We'll have to just see how this shakes out. We'll throw it up on the screen for you. There it is. But the lights are out on the pace car. We will be going green flag racing again. Pace car hits pit road. And Todd takes off. Good start from Todd there. Caught him napping. Tommy Thompson got around Dakota Clellan there. Tommy's got a nice buffer of 2 cars between he and Sheridan Wade. Kendall Paul, Nate Fields, 5th and 6th. Todd Smith with a 7, almost 1/8 of a second gap to Jason Haney. Trevor Benz working around Dakota. That's not for position. That is for position between the blue and orange car, Sheridan Wade, Kendall Paul. That is 4th and 5th there. And the caution is out. James Malloy has crashed again. And James appears to have towed to pit road. So we will go take a look at this crash. James in the middle of the backstretch. Gets loose in the middle of 3 and 4. I wonder if he caught the apron. Let's rewind that back and look. That's an odd place to spin in the middle of the corner there. Wonder maybe he suffered some damage. We'll ride on board with him and see what happened. Oh, the rear end just comes around. Crunch. Go back to live pictures. Still no pit stop from Todd Smith. Looks like we have no takers on pit road this time. Some tough luck for James Malloy. Appears he has exited the buildings. We're going to put James in 14th out of the race. Jason is going to enter pit road. So lap 1:11 as he crosses the stripe. Jason Haney pits. That is going to drop him back to 9th position. So I wonder if Jason is topping fuel off. And Jason's away. And Todd Smith and Tommy Thompson are both going to pit now. Interesting decisions all around here. So after all that has transpired in this caution flag period, Trevor Benz should get the wave around now. And that will put Sheridan Wade, that man right there in the blue and orange, DeLaura, into the lead. And there goes Trevor. Trevor will get back on the lead lap. So we'll go up front for the start of the race here. Pace car makes that hard left turn, and Sheridan Wade gets a great restart on Kendall Paul. Slide through the field here since there was a little bit of a gap between first and second. A lot of action going on here for fifth and sixth. That is Corey Crandall in front, Joseph Klein in second. Well, not second, second on your screen there. Nate Fields is trying to work around Dakota Clellan. He will do so. That is not for position. Dakota still 2 laps down. Corey under fire from Joseph Klein here. Corey won his first FGR Cup Series race at the old Atlanta Motor Speedway on Saturday night. Now he's running 4th in the IndyCar Series here in Iowa. And Jason Haney, after making that pit stop, is back up to 6th position as Dakota brushes the wall. Doesn't seem to have hurt him too much. Corey's going to look underneath. Dakota goes high. Oh, you just can't slide up out of turn 4 like you want to when there's a car on the outside. And we look up front. Kendall Paul is close to the back gearbox of Sheridan Wade. Right on board with Sheridan, looking back at Kendall Paul. Kendall had got a huge run and was just a 1/10 of a second back. Kendall closes right up. He seems to get a good run on the bottom in 3 and 4 there, and it brings him right to the rear bumper. The aero push just seems to just hamper these cars so much at this little racetrack here in Iowa. Kendall's closed in again. Let's take a look at it from Kendall's perspective as he chases Sheridan Wade. Our gyro cam. Kendall able to close up again. Just hadn't been able to get there to put a pass, or at least attempt a pass on Sheridan Wade, but he's given it everything he's got. Kendall slid up just a little bit, trying to make it stick. This is the closest battle on the racetrack. Jason Haney has run down Corey Crandall, but not enough to be there to attempt a pass yet. We've had Todd Smith enter the pits. Appears he's out of the race. I don't know what happened to Todd. Todd was wearing out that turn for a while earlier. I guess that may have assisted him into entering the pits and calling it a night. And Corey Crandall has gotten around Nate Fields. We missed it while looking for what Todd was doing, and Jason Haney is closed in as well. He's looking underneath. Jason looking for fourth here. He's going to take it, slide up in front of Nate Fields. Let's go back and look at Corey's pass on Nate Fields. Corey just took the low line. Well, not the low line, the middle of the track there. Just got by Nate. Good pass. Back to live pictures. That's Jason Haney in fourth. Dale Paul has slid back just a couple of tenths. He's not let Sheridan Wade out of his sights. And Dakota Cleland has crashed. We're still under green, so it wasn't anywhere to be in danger. We'll go take a look at that. That is turn 1 and 2. Dakota just parked it. So something amiss on the 09. He's called it quits, taking it to the pits. Sheridan Wade now up to half a second lead on Kendall Paul. Crandall working his way around the lap car of Mark Ouellette. I want to give a shout out to Mark. Oh, as he comes up, Jason Haney comes up on him. Mark had a long pit stop at the beginning of the race. It cost him a ton of time, but he stuck in there. At the time of that pit exit, he was in 18th. He stayed strong out here on the track, and he's picked up 5 positions and moved into 13th. So he's just cleaning up whatever scraps he can get left. And he'll eventually catch up to Dakota Cleland here in 6 laps and take that position from him, because Dakota is still on the pit road. And we have completed 150 laps of this race, 50 laps to go. Make it 49 now. Sheridan crossed the line as I said that. This has been going by pretty quick, even with the cautions that we've had. 200 lapper here at Iowa. Here you can see Sheridan and Kendall. Gap's kind of stabilized at about half a second. Take a look back at 3rd place there, Corey Crandall. Followed by Jason Haney's 0.8 of a second back. There's Nate Fields and Joseph Klein. Kendall Paul, they've encountered a little bit of lap traffic, has closed the gap back into Sheridan Wade. It's 0.2 of a second. So Kendall's going to make a run here at Sheridan Wade. Trevor Benz has entered the pit lane. I'm wondering if he's going to try to go off sequence here or if he suffered damage. It's not on my time in his scoring that he suffered damage, but we'll take a note of Trevor pitting here on lap 157. Back into the action out front. Kendall's close. Close to win 1/10 of a second. It's back down to 3 now. Coming up on Tommy Thompson in 8th position. Tommy's still on the lead lap. Mark Ouellette has entered the pit lane, but he's picked up another position from Dakota Clellan. So Mark now in 12th, picking up some scraps, hanging in there. Don't look now. Corey Crandall is closed in on the leaders. It looks like Sheridan is pitting. Sheridan Wade has entered the apron on the backstretch to make his way to pit road. Here he comes. We'll follow along. Slow pit lane here at Iowa. Feels like it takes an eternity to get to pit lane. But there he goes. We'll watch the car go up on jack stands. I'm going to assume it's a 4-tire pit stop. The pit crews do not render in iRacing, and he's down and away. So pit stop on lap 165 for Sheridan Wade. Back up front, Corey Crandall got around Kendall Paul. Sorry we missed that while we were watching Sheridan. With green flag pit stops underway. Looks like Kendall Paul is making his bid for pits. Nate Fields is also entering the pit lane. There he is. The 14 of Joseph Klein, as well as the 24 of Josh O'Brien, are making their pit stops. Corey Crandall is pitting. Corey is away. This has put Jason Haney out front. Tommy Thompson is still on the lead lap, but Jason is closing in on him. He's got 2 laps ahead of everybody else in the field with 28 laps to go. And Trevor Benz has crashed. 33 car has crashed. I believe that's him sitting down there in the infield. Trevor is rolling again. No caution. Jason under heavy fire from these pit leaders that have pitted. He's got a 2-lap lead on him. Wonder if Jason has had enough cautions to stretch that tank of fuel from his pit stop at lap 111. That's a tall ask to go 89 laps. 3 wide. Look at this battle for second position as Tommy Thompson is exiting pit road. Goodness gracious, all 4 cars battling. Sorry, Nate Fields is a lap down, so it's the top 4 are in your picture, but Jason is the leader. 2 laps, now 1 lap ahead of everyone there. Kendall Paul looks like he's going to come on the short end of the stick there. Joseph Klein on the apron. Action is heavy going on right now. Jason's got 24 laps if he's going to try to survive this. And they still have another lap they'll have to make up and go around and catch Jason. Charles Braunstein there in the middle of the track. He's going to be right in front of Corey. Corey has to go high to avoid him. Coming up on him quick. Looking at Jason's lap times, he is almost a second off the pace. Jason is definitely in fuel save mode. I think he's going to try to make this stretch and work. We saw Joseph Klein on the apron earlier. My screen tells me he did have an accident. But with all that track action going on for second position, I don't want to cut away from it. Plus, we're getting down to 20 laps to go in the race. This is going to go by quick. Sheridan Wade and Corey Crandall here are in position if something happens to Jason. Bill Cawley caught the outside wall there. And Jason has entered the pits, so he's not going to be able to stretch it on fuel. So now the question is, can he get out in front of the leaders fast enough? I don't think that's going to happen. Nope, the leaders have entered the lead, but this is the battle for the lead now as they go past Jason. That is Sheridan Wade and Corey Crandall. Corey winning the Atlanta Gen 6 Series race on Saturday with us here at FGR, and he's looking to pick up an IndyCar win. But Sheridan Wade stands in his way. 18 laps to go. So Jason Haney is on the lead lap. And he's turned the fastest lap of the race, but with 16 laps to go, this is going to be a tall order to make up. Almost 6 seconds. We had a little brush with the wall there. Corey looking underneath. Oh, that was close. Corey wanted to put it in there so bad. Sheridan hangs tough. $14 laps to go. Battle for the win here at Iowa. Corey still hanging tough in there. 3/10 back. Comes Corey. He's got a good run here. Sheridan sliding up out of turn 2. Looking to the high side. He's going to try to cut underneath. He's getting right up on the gearbox. Sheridan holds it firm right in the middle of the track. 8 laps to go. Sheridan sliding up again. Corey's all over him. Corey looks underneath in turn 3. Corey's going to slide and get the wall. Oh, Corey was charging hard there, but catches the wall coming out of turn 4. Oh. Corey took a stab at it. We'll see if he can gather it back up. Make one more run at this thing, but coming to the line, 6 laps to go. It's going to be a tall task. He's fallen to a second back now. He took his shot. I think it's done him in. Corey's lost 0.3 of a second in that turn there alone. Sheridan Wade crosses the line. 5 laps to go. Sheridan Wade has ran a good race here. Fought off the challenge of Corey Crandall. And is leading as we come to 3 laps to go here in Iowa. He's got the lap car. Actually, no, that is not a lap car. That is the 5th place car of Josh O'Brien in front of him. Shouldn't be a threat to him. 2 laps to go. Corey is steadily falling back. 2.5 second lead for Sheridan Wade. Going to come off of turn number 4. White flag in the air for Sheridan Wade. Josh is going to go high and let him go. Sheridan's not going to take it, though. Sheridan's going to play the conservative approach here. Come off of turn number 4 and collect the checkered flag here at Iowa Speedway. Sheridan earned that one fighting off the challenge of Corey Crandall. There's Corey. Kendall Paul finishes 3rd. Jason Haney 4th. Here comes Josh O'Brien. He's going to finish on the lead lap in 5th position. 6th is Nate Fields, but the man of the hour is Sheridan Wade. Mark Ouellette trying to get to the line, as is some of these other guys. Nate Fields come by, congratulates his teammate. Sheridan Wade's going to burn it down here at Iowa. Okay, so we have Kendall and Corey in the waiting room, and there's Sheridan. We will pull the 3rd place man, Kendall Paul, in here. Good evening, Kendall. Do you read me?
I got you. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. We're just watching a little IndyCar race here at Iowa. I don't think I've ever met you before, so it's a pleasure to meet you. Congratulations on
Nice to
3rd
meet you.
place.
Thank you.
You had a tough little race there. You were battling for the win, and it was pretty hectic. I think it was 30 laps to go. There was 4 of y'all, almost 4 wide at one point. What do you think about all that?
We were 3 wide and probably even 4 wide. I didn't even see it. I stuck to the top lane. Kind of used some of my Truck Series, Xfinity Series experience here at Iowa and ripping the fence. Never thought I would be doing it in an IndyCar. But kind of just got slowed up by some traffic by Jason there, but he was on his own little strategy, which that's nothing he did wrong. We just got kind of the short hand of the stick there, but for the first time being here in the First Gear Racing IndyCar Series, back in an IndyCar for me it's been a while since I've been in these cars. But a really good night for the Archway Industrials, P1 Broadcasting, Blackmagic Studios for IndyCar.
Well, good deal. We appreciate you being here. We thank you. Congratulations on third. I was going to ask if you had to thank any sponsors, but you got all that in there, so we appreciate it. And congrats on third, man.
Thank you for broadcasting, and thank you to Jason running this thing. And know sometimes it's not hard, but he's doing a good job. What I've seen so far.
Yes, sir. That's my buddy right there, Jason Haney. So thank you very much. I'm going to send you up to the voice chat, and you can go wherever from there. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
We bring in Corey Crandall now, the second place finisher. Corey, do you read me?
I've got you.
I thought you were going to get another one there. I was going to wonder if you'd borrowed Kyle Heath's horseshoe there for a minute, but wasn't to be. 7 laps to go. You took your shot at him and just slid up a little bit and caught the wall.
Yeah, and that killed it. I knew when I did that, it was hard to pass, so I knew I was going to try to have to do something, and I didn't want to slide up and take him out. So.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that turn 4 was hard. We had so many incidents in turn 4. Got a lot of drivers caught out today, but not you. You were here. Still got second position.
Yeah, that's all I can ask for, really. I mean, a lot of good drivers in this league, and if I'm getting podiums, I'm happy.
Yeah, and you kind of came out of nowhere. Sheridan and Jason and Kendall were all at the front, as was Todd Smith, and at the very end, you just kind of popped up and was like, "I'll take it."
Yeah, I just take it easy and let the car go. I mean, I'm trying to stay out of incidents, which I have 8 today, so didn't work out too good, but.
Well, at least you finished. It's better than some of them. I think we had 6 cars not finish the race, maybe more. I haven't lost track going toward the end of the race, but yeah, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I'll send you to the voice chat. Bring in our race winner, Sheridan Wade. Congratulations, buddy. That was a good race. Well fought, well earned.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. Had to fight off Corey Crandall there. He took a stab at you.
Yeah.
With 7 to go.
Yeah,
he definitely kept the pressure on you at the very end there.
Yeah, definitely kept the pressure on me. I was worried he was going to pass me on the, I think it was 2 or 3 laps to go. And I seen him back off the last minute, so it kind of helped me out. But yeah, props to him on a good race.
And you earned that one. I think it was 30 laps to go. Y'all were like 4 wide. Jason was on his strategy of trying to stay out, and that was great racing. It was very awesome to see 4 wide here at Iowa.
Yeah.
Normally that doesn't work out.
Yeah, definitely not a track to go 4 wide in, but
yes,
it can be done if you're slick with it. So.
Yep. Good racing. Congratulations, man. We thank you for running here, and enjoy seeing you in the IndyCars every Monday night here on First Gear Network.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you. Anybody you need to give a shout out to, sponsors or anything?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to shout out to our team, Indy One, my other driver, Nate Fields, and my mom back home watching on the broadcast, Misty Fields.
Good deal. Well, thank you very much, sir. I'm going to send you back to the voice chat.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, that will do it for Race 2, Season 2 of the First Gear Racing IndyCar Series on First Gear Network. I'm going to tell you when we have our next race in just a second here. We've got the holidays coming up. We do want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels if you are going to visit loved ones somewhere in the country or in Canada, in Mark's case. Our next IndyCar race will be at Laguna Seca on December the 9th. And I will be racing in that one. Jason Haney will be in the broadcast booth calling that. We will be switching roles. He will take over for Laguna Seca, or he will take over broadcasting Laguna Seca, and I will run there and at Talladega. We have our GT3 series coming up on December the 11th, also at Laguna Seca. And our next Gen 6 Series race will be December the 7th at Richmond. So that is our next broadcast coming up, December the 7th at Richmond for the NASCAR Cup Series Gen 6 Series. Saturday nights, IndyCars, Monday nights. So that's Laguna Seca, December 12th. That's when we'll be back here Monday at 7:45. And our GT3 Series will be on Wednesday night, December the 11th at Laguna Seca. So join them. If you're just an IndyCar fan, we'll see you in 2 Mondays from now. If you're a fan of the series, we'll see you next Saturday. So good luck, everyone. Safe travels. Stay happy. Stay healthy. And we'll see you on December the 7th at Richmond for the Gen 6 Cup Series race. Thank you, everyone.